Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we are here with Season 1, Episode 3 of PW Unlimited's RankIT. We're here talking about the entire original TLC trilogy. If you saw the two previous episodes, you saw that we talked about WrestleMania 2000's ladder match, the SummerSlam 2000 ladder match, and now we're here to talk about WrestleMania 17. This is probably the most talked about TLC match in history. But with that, Nick, what's going on?
What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of the RankIT series, where we are watching the original TLC trilogy, and I am continuing this really bad trend of reading the WWE Network description of tonight's event. It's April 1st, 2001. The Rock defends the WWE Championship against Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Undertaker goes toe-to-toe against Triple H. The Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian battle it out in a TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Nice.
Whoa.
Shane McMahon clashes with his father, Mr. McMahon. His father's name is Mr. McMahon in a street fight with special guest referee Mickford Foley.
Mick Foley.
Boy, this sounds dreadful. I just want everyone to know. It is 10:38 p.m. I haven't slept in 4 days, and this is the last match we have to watch. So if you guys over on YouTube want to experience this along with me, then I highly recommend signing up to our Patreon or becoming a member here on YouTube, because if you want to watch me slowly delve into madness at the ripe young age of 20, then you've come to the right place. These live watch-alongs are my new favorite thing to record, dude.
So as Nick was saying, if you want the watch-along portion of this video, you can do so by heading over and signing up on our Patreon, patreon.com/PWUnlimited, or doing so as a YouTube member. Just go down there where it says subscribe, hit that button next to it that says join, and not only will you be getting the review of this match and, where we rank it in the 3 matches, but you will also be getting the watch-along portion as well. So again, if you want the watch-along, go sign up on our Patreon or over here on YouTube as a member. Let's get into it. So we're here talking about the TLC match from WrestleMania X-SEVEN, or WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 2001. Edge and Christian regaining the championships, the WWF Tag Team titles in a 3-way TLC ladder match against the Dudleys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. So, in doing my research before this, it was actually announced on television that Lita was injured prior to this match. But the thing was that she was seen throughout the weekend perfectly fine. And then as we see in this match, she comes out and she interferes. So I guess with them trying to say like the week prior or something on television that Lita's hurt, we were maybe supposed to think that unlike the last match, she's not going to come out this time.
Yeah.
Which she did.
She did.
Which a lot of people did.
Yeah, this one had a lot of outside interference, which was...
Well, because there was a lot of build of Spike helped the Dudleys a lot, Rhino helped Edge and Christian, and of course Lito's with the Hardys. So early on, Christian took a bump where it looked like he was supposed to crotch himself on the top rope, but because Matt Hardy had crotched himself already, basically like 2 seconds earlier, he had the rope pulled down, and Christian just fell to the floor. So basically they have 3 ladders set up in the ring, 2 guys on each ladder. The side ladders both go crashing. Again, Christian falls to the outside. Matt Hardy crotches himself. And boy, did that look bad.
Yeah,
when Christian comes back, like
filthy.
within 2 minutes.
Yeah, he was good to go. I appreciate that. It's probably the adrenaline for the match. How excited he was.
So again, Bubba and Devon stack tables on the outside, just like they did in the previous matches, setting up for later on in the match. And The first outside interference we see does come from little Spike Dudley. Spike ran down, gave the, what's he called, the Dudley dog to both Edge and Christian.
Brian Kendrick could never come up with such a cool move.
Christian takes it from the apron to the floor through a table. Rhino then comes out next, takes out everybody, spears Bubba. Rhino literally makes sure he hits everybody by yelling, "You! Now I got you!" Puts Matt through a table in the corner. Matt's head bounces hard off the table. And then finally, Lita comes out. Lita gives Rhino a Hurricane Rana. The Dudleys did the old Doomsday device on Rhino, or they called it the Dudley device. Crowd then, as they hit the Dudley device, the crowd gets quiet for about 15 seconds. Lita takes her shirt off and they all go nuts again.
Yeah, they go insane.
And she takes a 3D through a table. Jeff then pulls out a 14-foot ladder to set up for a swanton on the outside. Again, a spot that he's done in the 2 previous matches where he's got opponents set up on tables. He climbs the big ladder, does the swanton, everyone crashes.
Cool spot.
Rhino and Spike. Spike, I don't think we see any more throughout this match. Rhino plays a factor in the end, though.
Yeah.
So Jeff, who in the last 2 matches when he did this spot, well, in the first match he did the spot and it killed him. He was done. The second match he came back from it. This match he was back up in like 90 seconds.
Mm-hmm. He's become a meme.
And so Christian and Devon are climbed up on this ladder, grabbing the belts. Matt Hardy moves the ladder. They're hanging. Christian takes the same bump he did from SummerSlam where he falls to the mat below after getting kicked. Christian eventually falls down as well. And then you've got these 3 ladders set up next to each other, one starting in the corner, going towards the middle of the ring. And Jeff Hardy thinks it's a smart idea to walk across each one at a time. Basically, like I said, a Kofi spot before there was Kofi.
Respect, brother. That was hard.
And so Jeff climbs up from the turnbuckle to the first ladder. He's on top, no problem. Walks to the second ladder. It wobbles a little. As he goes to go to the third ladder, he's like, oh, fuck, I don't have this. And he starts to slow the ladder. It's almost like slow motion, the way this ladder falls over. And so Jeff's going, finally gets his foot onto the mat. If this was, like I said, if this was the big ladder, he would have not been able to catch himself on the mat. So
it's such a crazy spot, man.
Everything falls over. Jeff, on his feet, doesn't fall down or anything. Still got the ladder in hand, sets it up, climbs up. And then he grabs the belts, but he just hangs there while his feet are hooked in the ladder. And he's like hopping this ladder around the ring till Bubba finally just pulls it from him.
Yeah.
And then you get the spot that we still see in WrestleMania highlight packages today. Jeff is hanging there. Edge climbs up the 14-foot ladder, wherever it is, and spears him straight down to the mat. Edge pops up for a second, got this I don't know where I am look on my face, and just keels over. So from there, Matt and Bubba climb up a ladder, but Rhino shoves the ladder over, and in the same spot we saw from SummerSlam, they both crash on the stacked tables on the outside. They're done. So Devon then sets up a ladder, climbs up the ladder, and you think, okay, Devon, Dudley's going to retain? Edge goes over and doesn't climb the ladder, but he grabs Devon so Devon can't move. Devon's about, I don't know, half a foot from grabbing the belt. He's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you see Rhino with Christian on his shoulders. Rhino then climbs the ladder. Christian reaches up, just pulls the belts down, and there we go. No, like in the last matches where it's like an elaborate way to get up there or take your time and the drama. No, it's just Rhino climbs up with Christian. Edge is holding Devon on the other side of the ladder so he can't move, and boom. Edge and Christian for the 3rd time win the triangle ladder match, or as they called it here, TLC 2.
I gotta say that this one is probably the best one because I think they did everything that they did in the first two matches. They did almost all the exact same spots, but 150 times better. I think a lot of this felt a lot more polished. It looks like they felt a lot more comfortable in the match. I think the spear from Edge and Jeff hanging off is like, again, that's fucking awesome.
So as we look at where we have the other two matches ranked, we've got WrestleMania 2000 at number 1 and SummerSlam 2000 at number 2. I also think this is the best one, so we putting this at number 1.
Yeah.
So this match would go up at number 1 as we move it around here. So our official rankings for the what we call original TLC trilogy, even though technically the first match wasn't a TLC match, number 1, we do have a WrestleMania X-SEVEN. Yep. Number 2, we have WrestleMania 2000. And number 3, we have the SummerSlam 2000 match. I think that's a good way to do it. So technically, if it's like, I want to watch a good TLC match, good ladder match, but I don't want to watch a bunch of them, which one's the best? Of course, it's WrestleMania 17.
Fuck yeah, man.
So with that, I hope you enjoyed this new series here of PWU Unlimited RankIT, where we watch some matches, we rank those matches, and we tell you what we thought of them. If you guys like that, let us know in the comments, so that way we know to keep doing this. We got a plan for Season 2. We're not going to reveal that yet, but Season 2 will be coming soon. Nick, what did you think of Season 1 of RankIT?
I think that was fun. I think there's a lot of stuff that I learned. Like, I think next season, before we go into the review of the match, maybe we should, like, give a little bit of backstory as to, like, how like, the storylines and stuff like that, what was going on. I feel like we could add a little bit more, so I'm excited to start that with Season 2. You want to get? Do we know what we're doing? Like, what's our next trilogy?
I have an idea. I think it's going to be a 4-parter this time.
Oh, okay.
But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it.
Respect,
and
brother.
Get it all squared away.
I'm very excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. So, with that, we'll see you next season. Bye.
Yeah. Also, before we go, remember, if you're here watching just on YouTube, then you got the review of the matches. But if you also want our commentary of our watch-along, you can do so by either going over and subscribing on our Patreon, patreon.com/PWUnlimited, or signing up here as a member of the PW Unlimited YouTube channel, and you will also get the version of these watch-along videos, or these RankIT videos, that have our watch-along of all 3 matches, and our, I guess you could say, meta commentary during those matches. So again, if you want the watch-alongs, just head over to either right here on YouTube, hit that join button, become a member, or patreon.com/PWUnlimited. Signing up on either of those platforms like that does directly help us. So, hey, it helps us. We give you a little extra content in the mix, and we hope you enjoyed Season 1 of RankIT.
Bye.